You may be seated.
Hello, Your Honor.
Hello.
This is a case of Ellison versus Jenkins.
Thank you, Jerome. Good day, everyone.
Hey.
Ms. Ellison, you admit to cheating on your boyfriend with the defendant and now claim he is your daughter Olivia's biological father.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, you say he's done nothing for your baby and you are here with your mother to demand he step up.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Jenkins, you believe Miss Ellison is making paternity claims because she's trying to rope you back into her life.
Yes, Your Honor.
You state you have sufficient reason to believe she's lying when she says that you are Olivia's father.
Yes, Your Honor.
So, Mr. Jenkins, I'll start with you. How do you know you're not the father of Miss Ellison's child?
First of all, Your Honor, Miss Ellison had many partners, many sex partners. Wow. When I first met Miss Ellison 2 months into our relationship, she made it known that she still was in a relationship with her boyfriend. I mean, I done seen Miss Ellison with many guys in and out their cars. I mean, just with many guys. And I asked, I'm like, you must be having sex with somebody. Her jaw gonna drop. Like, how you know? And that's when she started explaining everything to me, like, what had been going on, her dealing with other guys and her still being
Your Honor,
with her
that is a lie.
That ain't no lie.
That is a lie.
That is not no lie.
So wait, Mr. Jenkins, it's your contention she admitted to you she was with other guys?
Yes, Your Honor.
Your Honor, he knew I had another boyfriend. That wasn't a secret. Everybody knew.
So now, how did you end up with him if you had a boyfriend?
He made me promises that he couldn't keep, and he said he would show me a better life, and he would do this and do that and treat me like a nice boyfriend, and he didn't keep his promises.
But you had a boyfriend.
Things wasn't going right at home.
Okay, so you were entertaining Mr. Jenkins because you were having issues in your relationship.
Yes, ma'am.
So you slept with him.
Yes, Your Honor.
No protection.
Yes, ma'am.
But also still sleeping with your boyfriend?
Yes, Your Honor.
But you say, Mr. Jenkins, there were other guys too.
Multiple guys, Your Honor.
Your Honor, that is a lie.
Multiple, many.
And how do you know there were multiple?
I seen them. I seen her
saw
dealing with many guys.
When
Yes.
you saw them where? Explain.
I see her getting in and out of car with different dudes. I mean.
Your Honor, that is a lie. He kept
That's
his
a lie.
eye on me
That's a lie.
24/7.
That's a lie.
I couldn't go nowhere.
That's a lie.
I couldn't talk on the phone to
Man, that ain't no
anybody.
lie, man.
That is a lie.
So you ain't have multiple partners?
There's a lie.
You ain't have multiple partners?
No.
You ain't have multiple partners?
No.
Stop lying, Ashley. Miss Ellison?
Mr. Jenkins, at this time, did you think you two were in a relationship? You were boyfriend and girlfriend?
No, ma'am, no, Your Honor. First of all, what I told Miss Ellison, she explained that she was in a relationship that she wasn't comfortable with and she was gonna break it off. What I explained to Miss Ellison that, okay, well, you know, I can show you how to drive, I can show you how to get your license, I can show you how to do better for yourself.
And that he did not do.
Whoa, I never said I wanted to be in a relationship with you. When I first met Miss Ellison, we came up with a plan to achieve, to make things, not to be together in no relationship. Now, she ended up pregnant. I told Miss Ellison, I said, well, okay, well, since you don't know, she brought it to my attention where it could be a possibility of another guy. I said, well, I don't want no more kids.
So you did not think you were in a relationship. You didn't even want a relationship with her.
No.
So, Ms. Ellison, but you said he was making promises.
Yes.
And you thought he would deliver, but he
Yes.
didn't.
Yes, ma'am.
But you were sleeping with both men at the same time.
Yes, Your Honor.
And so did you tell both Mr. Jenkins and your boyfriend that you were pregnant when you found out?
The same exact day. Yes,
You
Your
did?
Honor. Yes.
So you were honest with both men?
Yes.
And
He
you
did not allow me to talk to him and inform him on anything. No doctor's appointments, no nothing. I couldn't talk to him.
What you need to talk to him for?
But you said you wasn't in a relationship.
But he should have
Either
been
you are
helping
or
him.
you ain't.
Man, don't act like you wasn't talking to that man. You was
I
talking
didn't
to
have
that
no
man.
contact with
Man,
my
come
boyfriend
on, man.
when I was dealing with Mr. Jenkins.
Oh, so you saying when you were sleeping with Mr. Jenkins, you didn't have any contact with your boyfriend?
After I found out that I was pregnant, he cut everything
Oh, after
off.
you found out you were
Yes,
pregnant?
yes, Your
Okay,
Honor.
so while you were pregnant, who went with you to doctor's appointments?
I did.
My mama. He took me to about 3 doctor's appointments, and that was it.
3 doctor's appointments?
And he didn't want to go.
And
Three
that was
doctor's
hard for
appointment.
him to do. We had to
And
basically
so the
beg him.
ex-boyfriend that you contend could potentially be the father of the child as well, you didn't invite him?
No, Your Honor.
So when you had the baby, who was at the hospital?
My mama.
But you gonna let me know the baby born 3 hours later.
You knew the night that we went to the hospital. You knew a
week for 3 days in a row.
Your Honor,
so let y'all tell it.
Your Honor, he knew a week before I was finna get induced.
Man, come on, man, you did not tell me that.
The hospital.
No, you did.
He knew. I texted him from Facebook and told him that I was getting
Text me from
induced.
Facebook. How you know I check Facebook like that?
He messaged me back and said, all right.
So hold
If you
on.
can tell me from Facebook, you can call my telephone.
Does anybody have any evidence?
Yes.
Man, I got evidence right here, Your Honor. Evidence right here. It could be somebody else, baby, but you taking me to child support court. Child support for a baby that could be somebody else, baby. Come on, man.
If you want more episodes of Paternity Court, make sure to subscribe and click on the notification bell. What is that evidence you're holding?
I got a court document right here, Your
Ron, will
Honor,
you pass
where
that
it
to
says
me,
I'm
please?
supposed to go to court for a baby that could be somebody else for child support.
This is a court order to appear for a child support hearing.
For a baby that could be somebody else's.
And Miss Ellison, I have to ask you, if you admit that you also slept with your ex during the time, has your ex been tested?
No, Your Honor.
You're not sure who your child's father is, and yet you placed Mr. Jenkins on child support.
Yes, Your Honor.
You just met me. Why you ain't put him?
Are you certain he's the child's father?
I didn't have sex with my ex-boyfriend until a week after my ovulation week.
Man, that baby still could be anybody's baby.
But ultimately, you're not certain who your child's father is, or you wouldn't be here.
Correct.
So when you are not responsible sexually, these situations happen. That's exactly why this courtroom exists. Ms. Ellison, when you have to give a name of potential fathers to the court, did you give both men's names or only Mr. Jenkins?
I couldn't put both names down. I could only put one.
So why you ain't
You
put the
got to
first person you were
sometimes
with?
write another line in. You know when you're filling out something, there's not enough room? Because this is very serious. Because you understand this man has been ordered to appear in court so that he likely will be held responsible for child support.
Yes, Your Honor.
Wages could be garnished if he doesn't pay.
Yes.
And the truth is, paternity has never been established.
No, Your Honor.
There's a lot riding on these results, I'll tell you that. So, now that Olivia's here,
Yes.
has he been involved?
No.
Helped at all?
No. Not
I
at
haven't
all.
did anything, Ashley.
Yeah, you bought this outfit.
Hold on.
This
I
what you
said,
bought.
Miss
This what
Ellison.
you brought to the
Miss
baby
Ellison.
shower. You
Miss
bought
Ellison.
this.
I ain't tell you no doctor appointment. I ain't
You
buy
took
that
her to
child.
3?
Hold on. I said, Miss Ellison, you ain't had no baby. Ain't nobody talking to you.
But I've been here.
hold on, Mr.
But I've been here. But I've been here.
Jenkins.
Sorry, y'all.
Let's be respectful to women in our courtroom. Do you want to watch Paternity Court on TV? Go to paternitycourt.tv to find your local listings.
When she moved to my house, they were in a relationship. He did not want her talking to the other person.
Okay, so she
And at
cut
the
him
same
off.
time, I was trying to tell her, you know, they both could potentially be the father. You need to keep him involved. And because she loved him so much, she respected him and did what he wanted her to do instead of doing what the right thing was to do. So he was always at my house. When I get up, go to work, he's sitting outside my house at 4 o'clock in the morning. Why my daughter, pregnant, got to get up and come downstairs and sit in the car and talk to you?
Man, I ain't tell your daughter to do that. She
So-
did that because she wanted to do that.
Listen, Mr. Jenkins, it sounds to me Like at some point, this did turn into a relationship.
Man.
It was
was.
a relationship.
For a year and 3 months.
A
Even
year and
after
3
my
months.
baby was born, we were still together.
Man, we were cool.
We were still together, Your Honor.
So
Okay, but
you
what happened?
basically left your boyfriend
Yes.
because you wanted to be with Mr. Jenkins.
Yes, Your Honor.
So did you put him on child support now? And I just have to say this. Kind of to bring him back, to rope him in, to make him have to be connected to the child because you really wanted to be with him?
Honestly, Your Honor, no.
Yeah.
And what's your relationship like with your ex?
We just speak about my baby, that's it.
So you do talk about the baby
With him.
with your
yes.
ex now?
Yes.
Has your ex developed a relationship with the baby?
Yes.
What's the matter? What do you feel?
Just tell your
I just want to know who her daddy is. That's all. That's all.
So now that your ex is back in the picture, has he developed a relationship with your daughter?
Yes, ma'am.
He has.
He's not all the way in the picture, Your Honor. We've been asking since this child was born for both of them to step up and at least get a DNA test to see who she is. Nobody would step up and be responsible. I've been here taking care of this baby, myself and my husband.
Man, stop lying, man.
Oh,
you
wait,
ain't did
Mr.
that by
Jenkins.
yourself.
Mr.
I'm
Jenkins,
thinking, man.
Mr. Jenkins, let them testify as to what their side of the story is. So, Ms. Parham, you say your husband and yourself.
Yes, my husband made my daughter a promise. He told her when that baby was born that she would not lack for anything, no matter who the daddy was. And we held that up, and we will continue to hold it up, whether he is the father or the other guy. We will continue to do what we said we was gonna do, because he made that promise.
But ultimately, let's, be honest here. Ms. Ellison, no woman wants to stand in a courtroom, have a beautiful, beautiful, precious little baby girl, and every day you look at her, you don't know who her father is. You don't know who to tell her to call daddy. Does she look like one man or the other? We know looks can be deceiving. However, it's a natural instinct in all of us to see if we can just see any similarities. Do you see similarities to either of the two men?
More of Nathan, you guess.
More of Mr. Jenkins?
Yes.
Mr. Jenkins, when you look at this beautiful baby, do you see similarities? You don't see any.
No. I mean, but...
Your Honor, he
I-
claimed Olivia on and off throughout my pregnancy, and even after she was born.
Man, I did not
You say he
claim that
claimed
child. I did
her
not say my
in-
baby, I would have no baby,
He would
none of
say-
In
that.
what way?
This is my baby, I got a baby on the way. And
Man, that
when
baby
he
look
get
like home,
mad,
man. Be real with
he
it. Put
don't,
that picture
he
up,
don't
though.
claim her, and it's just on and off.
Who said that?
You feel like he's doing the same thing to Olivia that he did to you. Well, he's acting like he's accepting Olivia as his child.
Yes, Your Honor.
Buying an outfit, telling people he's got a baby on the way.
He
and
was
then-
even kissing her, holding her,
Who?
all of that.
Man, stop lying. Young.
He would say, my baby
Mr.
this and my
Jenkins,
baby that.
Why
Yes.
would she lie about you holding and kissing the
Because she
baby?
trying to make it look like something that went. I mean, I'm not that much of a dirty person that I'd be like, man, I ain't even do nothing, just pushed her all the way to the curb. I mean, we were cool. We were actually cool. I mean, it could be mine, but I don't think it's mine. I don't feel like the baby mine. Really. I mean, if the DNA test says the baby mine, then I'm gonna treat the baby just like I treat my other son. Okay, but right now I just feel like, I mean, she put herself in that predicament.
So, before you have sex, you can say you don't want any kids, and after you have sex, you can say you don't want any kids, but if during sex you fail to use protection, you very well may have a kid. Now, you know you're not a dumb man. You know that.
Of course I know.
All right. So, only way to find out whether or not you do have another child in this world is to get the results. Jerome, I'm ready for that. These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics, and they read as follows. In the case of Ellison versus Jenkins, when it comes to 7-month-old Olivia Jenkins, Mr. Jenkins, you are her father. So, Mr. Jenkins, you said you wanted to know, and now you know. Miss Ellison, are your tears of relief because you finally know? Are you crying because Mr. Jenkins is your child's father?
I'm just hurt, Your Honor. I'm just hurt, Your Honor.
You feel hurt. And you're hurt for?
Because he missed out on so much, and she ain't nothing but 7 months. He missed out on a lot.
And now it's time for you to step up to the plate, Mr. Jenkins. Are we clear?
Yes, Your Honor.
So we know that this order to appear is now valid. But look, let's be clear on something. This is an order to appear in court because you are going to be held financially responsible for this beautiful baby. But there's another way you need to appear, and that's in her life, emotionally, spiritually, as her father, helping Miss Ellison raise her, figure out how to get this together for Olivia, all right? Yes. Court is adjourned.